Hemingway is free! Dom Hemingway is free!
Wicked lovely to meet you. Really enjoyed the film. Your character Dom emerges from prison after 12 years inside. What's the first thing that you'd do if you were locked up for that amount of time?
Blimey. Well, as me?
Yes.
I'd have to go and see my children, wouldn't I? And face the onslaught of wrath from my kids.
Anything else? Any small pleasures that you'd maybe miss if you were inside?
All the obvious. I think that every man would probably participate in had he been inside for 12 years.
Afternoon.
Tom, don't think what you're thinking. That's Mr. Fontaine's property.
Property's a relative term for a thief.
Obviously, Dom is a criminal. Have you got any small crimes or maybe pranks that you'd like to confess to now?
No. That's why playing this part was such a stretch, you know.
It's totally out of character then,
Completely out of character. He was so far away from me. I had to deeply, allow myself into the headspace of a crook.
I did too much. I tried to make up for too much lost time. I fucked myself to death. My head's going to explode. Bits of my brain's going to go everywhere. I'm going to ruin your blazer.
You're going to be all right, Tom.
I read that, I don't know if this is true or not, but you drank 10 cans of Coke a day to bulk up for the part.
I don't know whether it was 10. I mean, it's funny, isn't it, how something gets written once and it just gets thrown back at you religiously. What we realised on set was that, we wanted him to look bloated and a little bit saggier than I tend to usually look. I'm quite skinny naturally, and so, I lent towards eating excessively and well for a couple of months, and then to finish it off, we worked out the fizzy drinks worked pretty well, bloating someone up. And also, there was always a tendency to belch as Dom, and fizzy drinks always help with that pre-take.
Did you enjoy filming in East London? Did any of the hipster fashions rub off on you?
No, they didn't. I'm from South East London, so East London doesn't rub off on me that much. We were filming all over the place. So we were in Woolwich, down south. We were in North London, West London. We were all over the place.
Yeah, some nice club scenes in Cargill.
That's right.
Wasn't it? Did you get to enjoy any of the clubs out that way? Or?
No, I was working, mate. Jeez, what do you think we're doing? We're out there filming.
I just imagine you're off just having a good time.
Having a night
time.
out, of course. I was making a film.
Excellent. One of your upcoming projects, you're about to play Henry V at the Noel Coward Theatre in November. Are there any Shakespeare characters that you'd love to play but maybe can't? For instance, could you do a good Juliet?
No, I'm too old for Juliet. Who would I like to play but can't? I mean, you have to remember that Shakespeare wrote most of his stuff for men anyway, because women weren't allowed to perform. So any of the female roles are up for taking, because you could just do an all-male version or switch genders. I mean, that's what's so interesting about Shakespeare. You can be it's very, very versatile. I'm trying to think of the younger roles that I'm too old for now. I've never been a big fan of Romeo and Juliet. I was always more of a fan of 'Tis Pity She's a Whore, and I got to do that, so I have to strike that one off. No. I'm lucky enough. I mean, the reason I'm stepping up and doing Henry now is much the same reason I did Hamlet 5 years ago, because I wanted to play these characters before I got too old to play them. They're always young-ish. I say ish, and therefore I wanted to kind of get them under my belt before I was seen to be sort of forcing myself into them as some old thesp.
You recently said in an interview that you want the third Sherlock Holmes movie, if it happens, to be better than the other two.
Of course.
In what specific ways have you got in mind?
Well, I'm more sort of stealing the obvious line from anyone who's done a franchise, and I know Robert and Guy feel the same. That if you're going to make something, if something's been successful and made the kind of money that Sherlock 1 and 2 have made and had the effect it has, then you want the new one to be. You don't want it to let anyone down. You want it to be bigger and better and funnier and sharper and. So it's work. That's all about working hard and making sure it delivers.
You've previously learnt the saxophone and you've learnt ballet for film roles. Any other hobbies that you'd like to take up?
Piano.
Is that the next on the list?
I'd love to learn the piano. I've always wanted to play the piano. And it seems that my life's busy to the point of I only get to learn stuff when I'm doing it under the guise of work. So maybe I need to get a part that plays the piano. That's
next on the list. Just play Beethoven or something, you'll be fine.
That'd be, yes, that'd be easy, yeah. Or Bach, yeah.
You lost your bloody hand.
Why do you think I'm wearing this black glove all the time?
I thought it was a fashion statement or something.
Fashion statement.
Get 'em up, down.